Hey Yogins, it's Yogi Doug Johnson back with another talk for you, and today I wanted to talk about how happiness does not come from situations, people, places, or things. If you enjoyed this talk, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and if any questions come up, leave them in the comments below. So, happiness from a spiritual perspective does not come from a certain situation or a person or a thing that we might get. People, places, things, or situations. And this can be hard for us to understand or recognize because our experience, it really does tend to feel like it is a situation or a person or getting a thing that brings us happiness. Now, I'm not saying that we can't experience happiness temporarily because of a situation or a person or something someone says or does for us. Absolutely, I think we all have experienced this at one time or another, all the time actually. This is how most of us think the world works, is something makes us happy, right? So if I really love coffee, I might think when I have my cup of coffee in the morning, it is the coffee that's making me happy. But what yoga teaches us on a deep level, when we get deep into yoga and Buddhism and other esoteric traditions, this is even present in Christianity in its own form, is that happiness doesn't come from things, it doesn't come from people or situations, it comes from within us. We might say it comes from God. Again, if we're thinking in Christian terms, I don't have a problem with saying it that way. My only trouble with when we use the word God is people very often then start to think about an image of an old man or some wise being somewhere else who is like giving us something. And this isn't really what is meant by that. Happiness is inherent in us. So if there is a creator, again, if that's a helpful way for you to think about things, then the creator created us in their image, and they are nothing but blissful and happy and peaceful always. Do you think that God ever gets upset? Maybe you do, but what kind of God is that? So we're made in that image. We are a part of the stuff of the universe, and inherent in us and inherent in all things is this blissful, peaceful quality. The other aspect of that is this manifesting, moving, changing quality to things, the tension of yin and yang playing against one another, the sexes being separated from one half of your race and feeling like an attraction that you need to be with the opposite sex to feel complete. This is what makes life interesting and enjoyable from a very deep spiritual perspective. It is not a problem or something that we need to transcend. It's something that ultimately we need to embrace. So those are important points to make. But it's hard to do that if we don't understand that happiness comes from within us. And if we are constantly looking to other people, to situations, trying to manipulate the world so that it'll bring us happiness or make us feel peaceful, then we have a hard road ahead of us, because the world was just not created or designed to do that for us. We were supposed to have that already, and then we move into the world as an adventure, as a game. Maybe like thinking of going to the movie for entertainment, right? Do you want a movie to be just a peaceful blank screen the whole time? Or a scene of a waterfall for 2-3 hours? No drama, no excitement, no tension and release, no storyline, a beginning, middle, and end? It would be extremely boring. We all know that. So peace is one aspect of our nature, contentment, again, that fullness of love. But when we've really experienced that, it then manifests and moves out into the world and wants to express itself in the world of form, which is what most of us are familiar with. So the spiritual journey is, you could say, in the most simplistic terms, a sort of two-phased journey. The first phase is getting to the point where you realize your true nature, you realize this love within yourself. And then the second phase is learning to embody and live that truth of that love and to move with it out into the world. In older spiritual traditions, many of which are still with us today, we find that they do the first half of that spiritual arc. So they try and realize the oneness of things, which again, many people today are unaware of, so that is an important step. They try and realize that inner source of love and unity within us. Very, very important, very valuable. But I find that often in these older teachings, very often the second part is not realized. It's in more advanced forms of Buddhism and in yoga and in Taoism that we find the second phase is more emphasized, where we now need to learn to embody and to live the truths that we realize, say, in our meditation or in our mystical experience or journey. So anyway, guys, I hope that that was helpful for you. Happiness is within, and if you're not sure how to access that, then I recommend finding a teacher who you trust, who can teach you techniques to access that. And this is not a quick fix, but it is so worth the effort. So I encourage you all to do that. And if you think that I can help you, please reach out. And before I go, I want to ask you guys to comment below. What situations do you find yourself in that do make you feel happy or sad? And have you discovered the happiness within you? Have you discovered that these situations come and go? That's, again, part of the play of life. They come and go. But that there's an underlying happiness and peace that is always there throughout life if you learn to connect with it. And that's what spirituality is all about. All right, everyone. I want to thank you for listening. Again, if you got something from this, please give me a thumbs up. If you have a question, please comment below. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. Namaste.